Hey, what's good, everyone? It's your boy, Matt Diazable, coming at you with some more music reviews. Thank you for coming on by. I appreciate it. Today, I am checking out the latest release from Stick to Your Guns with their album, Keep Planting Flowers. If you're into hardcore music, this band needs no introduction, but if you are just now getting into it or don't know anything about hardcore, Stick to Your Guns is a melodic hardcore band based out of Orange County, California, if I'm correct, and they've been a band for more than 20 years. I think they've been around since about 2004, 2005. Correct me if I'm wrong. Besides the main vocalist, he's the only original member, but a lot of members have come and gone. But in the past like 10 years or so, they've kept a pretty good solid lineup. And I got into this band around 2007-8 when they dropped their second album, We're What Separates the Heart from the Heartless. And, you know, they have some really good mosh calls, some really good melodic, clean singing, heavy riffs, good breakdowns. That's what I was into at that time. Still am. But over the years, I've kind of fallen in and out of listening to Stick to Your Guns because sometimes I get lazy. It's hard to keep up. But starting this channel, I'm trying to do my best to keep tabs on all the things I like and all the new stuff that's coming out. So this is me getting right back into the Stick to Your Guns camp. And I gotta say, it's still very Stick to Your Guns in terms of like, it's very melodic. It's very hardcore, but they kind of took some heavier influences here and have more of a darker and heavier sound. This record showcases the band's ability to refine their core sound while exploring more deeper emotional and sonic territories. From thunderous drums to bold and melodic and heavy riffs, some really deep and resonating bass lines and vocals that have been really refined and just really sound better over the years. The album strikes a balance between, you know, familiar and fresh at the same time. They have their trademark melodic guitar playing here. It's very Stick to Your Guns, but also they're really pushing things further by going heavier and having more of an impactful sound with the riffs on this record. The bass lines remain layered and very weighty on this record, and it provides a really solid backbone to the overall mix to this album, so it just enhances everything very nicely. Jesse's vocals sound really polished and very versatile on this record, switching between, you know, emotive and clean singing and gut-wrenching screams. However, at times, on certain songs, I feel like the choices they did with the vocals, either like screaming on a softer song or, you know, doing some clean vocals when they shouldn't have done it, I feel like there were some poor choices made here. With the production here, everything sounds crisp and clear, so all the elements of the band sound really sharp, and the songs are also really well paced and kind of like, for the most part, structured out pretty well, even though at times there are some moments of repetition. They're very far and few between, but overall the album paces by very nicely and has a clean production. They're able to deliver some really powerful anthem songs here that have a good balance between melodic and heavy sounds, like on the opening track, We All Die Anyway, and on Spineless, which I want to play a clip for you right now.
With every accusation, you're telling on yourself, and in your desperation, you're creating a living hell. It's all in your head. It's all in your head. Remember, it's not real.
Just like always, very powerful stuff from Stick to Your Guns. They don't only just have heavy songs like the one I just played for you, they also have some more groovy bass songs that have some really uplifting lyrical content, like on Invisible Rain and Severed Forever. They have a little bit more of a, I guess, laid back, groovy feel to it. So it helps switch up their style a little bit. So I want to play a clip of Severed Forever for you so you get a sense of the different styles they're doing here.
And you're wrong for a seat at the table. With my time comes, I'll be willing and able. Trust nobody, don't. I can't trust anyone.
Those drums sound really good. Then you have probably the most interesting track on this album, which is Keep Planting Flowers, because it's more of like a softer indie based sound in terms of like the guitars, the drums, the overall musical side of things. But vocally here, this is where things kind of like go off on the rails for me a little bit, because it feels like it should be softer singing. It would just work better here, but he went with more of a hardcore and screaming style, and it just doesn't really contrast that well with this song they're putting here. So I feel like they really missed the mark on this particular song. So I'll play a clip of that for you so you get a sense of that just I won't say weirdness, but just the opposite balance they have here on this song.
I just wish I could say you were never invisible to me. You were never invisible to me.
Like, the lyrics are great, the sound of the guitar sound really good, but he just sounds so out of place. The ending of the album is kind of surprising here because, like, on the song Who Needs Who, you know, it's a hard-hitting song with the riffs and everything, but the breakdown at the end here, it kind of reminds me of like a deathcore breakdown. And on the closing song, Hate For You, they introduced Connie from See You Space Cowboy, and her raw, intense vocals really bring the album's closing to an intense and visceral end that just sounds great. So from start to finish, with this newest album, Keep Planting Flowers, they have a lot of positive themes here and have a really good clean production that just really drives home that heavy sound that they're putting out here, and it just overall leaves a lasting impression on you. While some vocal and structural choices can distract you a little bit from this album, I still think this album from Stick to Your Guns is pushing their sound further and moving them along and not really keeping them stagnant. Balancing melodic hardcore with some more heavier sounds really helps give this album a very emotional depth to it, and it feels very fresh and familiar. So overall, I think it's a very compelling album that they did here that's going to cater to older fans while bringing in new fans to the Stick to Your Guns camp. So overall, I gotta say this newest album from Stick to Your Guns is a good and decent 8 out of 10. Links down below. Tell me what you think about this album, and like always, guys, I will see you in the pit.
Good